Hello, welcome back. Tonight I will speak about a book that I have written called Hecate or Hecate. Here her name has different pronunciation. Comes from the Greek Hecate, no? And they say in Egyptian Heka means magic, so it's of course a magical name that represents magic. And she is of course Hecate, the goddess of magic. She has this quality, the magic of the hour of the night. And in my book, it tells the story of her from her lineage, from her story, with her family, where she was born, with that ambience of that palace, of that place, and then her travel, or the things that she did or made. So it is a story that is concentrated on Hecate. And on the cover, she has this very beautiful appearance. She is a girl who has the blue eyes and blonde hair, white skin, the element of the north, or element of the sea, of the wildness, the element of the coldness. There's the element of the sapphire, this white blue. That's that element of that beauty of Hecate. It speaks about the sea, it even can represent even Aphrodite in that meaning of love, the meaning of the expression of that. It is the element of the rose too, as well, And it is, of course, if one knows about Hecate, there are different myths and stories about her. But in the book, she is simply who she is. That element of that simplicity of her being, that element of the royal lineage of Hecate, that royal element of her beauty, her beauty per se, or per total, and those elements of that love, or that she carries, for others or for people. So she carries those elements of both. And the element of magic is seen, as I said, through the owl. Is the element of the night. Is the element of the bird. Is the element of the air, of communication. At the same time, element of water, with her blue eyes. So it's element of the sea, or the seashore, or the sands. It's like the sand, but with the water, or with the bird, or the element of the sea. That's the element of that beauty that she carries, or the elements of her personality as well. And the dress she wears, the black, it is a form of her representation of those elements as well, And the silver elements is the color of the silver moon, or the silver stars, or the night in the silver moon, or the snow in the silver moon, how that looks, that silver quality. She has very, very beautiful features, full lips, this beautiful nose, eyes. There's the element of gentleness, the element of something very feminine and very beautiful. She is a princess. Hecate is a princess, And the Greeks, of course, represented her very beautiful as well. There are hymns to Hecate, She in the meaning of the poetry, the melodic substance of her persona, of that element of beauty, of music. And other element is the element of the nature, represented through the owl, or through the fox, or different type of elements like the silver fox, other things that work well together. And it is the element of the snow, or the night, the snow in the night, the light in the dark, that certain hope. There is a very fine type of hope in that meaning, of that softness of the gray, or of the black, and that white of her skin. There is very beautiful contrast, very substantial contrast in these three aspects of her. We are very well nuanced. They are part of the same color, so something like that, So it opens a rather range interpretation of who Hecate is. There are different sources who Hecate is. There are different philosophers talk about Hecate. There are different stories about her. So of course there is, let's say, the representation of that person historical too as well, a representation of that person Hecate, So it's even the name, or the pronunciation of the name, tells from where she comes, the part of the origin, of that Greek origin, or there is a certain element of the Aegean Sea, or the sea, or the elements of the coast, as I said, with the sand, with the water, with the beautiful sun, or sunset or sunrise, no? It's that like that moment of respite, moment of breath, that moment. So it's very much connected to the owl, no? Which is very silent type of air, or silent type of how you say, like at the sea, no? You have that softer breeze, or you can smell the air. There's when the breeze stops, no? In that moment, it's like a different type of breath. So of course Hecate works too with the elements of the nuance, is the element of the white, grey, or the dark, no? Those three elements. It's almost like the three main focus, like if you have a camera, no? You see those colors, almost like the black, the grey, and the white. It's the element of the focus of the eye of the owl. The color of the owl is the white with grey, or some type of reddish maybe, or earthly colors as well. So the palette is this, no? That's the beautiful that shines in the darkness, the light of the snow, or the grey of the snow, I don't know, like, or the rain after the water after the rain, or the mud after the rain, no? This element of the mix of the elements, that moment, it's very beautiful. It represents Hecate as well. So it's very much connected to, of course, the light of the moon, as I've said, to the moon, the element of the stars. So there's this beautiful, connection of her, of course, the lineage, the family, there's the different elements of her personality that are very valuable, very beautiful. And my book, of course, speaks about her in my own interpretation. As I said, this is more my own interpretation of Hecate, not from my point as a writer or what I know about her. It's always an interesting point for me to think of the thematic, know what it represents. At the same time, of course, the expression of the book is literary work, and it is creates a story, that is written in a beautiful way that invites the reader to read and to learn, or to have, simply enjoy the book of Hecate. There is a certain type of pleasure that comes with that. There is a certain type of beauty, of course, no? And Hecate has other interesting aspects, no? Of course, the aspect of the rose as well, or the aspect of the trees. Trees are very connected to the birds. So there is a connection now between the owl, the sky, that beautiful tree, in the moonlight, the snow, that the element of the magic that happens then. That's very much Hecate, very much the magic of Hecate, that beauty of her personality, of how we can understand her, how we can get closer to understanding, what beauty she carries, for that threefold nuances. So I want to say she gives a lot from little. She is able to create this element of magic, and the element of magic in the meaning of goodness. So well, Hecate is a special princess, not only a princess. Hecate is a special type of flavor, a special type of reveal, Say, well, the flower is the flower. So if the flower is beautiful from the beginning, what's the point of revealing it, There is a change, there is a form of transformation. That part is of the magic, and it's part of Hecate as well. So, it carries meaning from different waters. To say, well, we have a main river, or like Hecate, the meaning symbolic, and then different things come to that element of her, It's the element of Hecate has a lot of understanding, or she has a lot of ways, or abilities that come throughout the book as well, different type of understanding. She has, let's say, a special gift, or how one can simply say it, but there's the element of magic, but let's say not only of more, but something special, something unique. That too is part of Hecate, the way you say, well, the moment I see the glitter of the snow in the moonlight, I can feel her presence, or I can think of her. She creates that element for me to see. Or the frozen, when you go outside and the landscape is a little frozen, the beauty that comes, the change in the environment, like after the rain, the air is clear, the earth has that wetness from the rain, the combination of the elements in that perfection, that beautiful way, and that sensuality that comes after, that feeling when you're there and you breathe, this element of life, of course, that the element of magic is the element of life or life force, so the element of the owl, of that beauty of that silent night, or something simple, something unique like that, and at the same time, the personality of Hecate is, say, well, a princess. Who is a princess? A princess has the power to say, well, her role or her gifts, for her to be who she is. And she has that ability, to help herself and help others. There is that element of a very wise, very special type of person. Hecate is a very special type of princess. And she has a very special, unique type of intelligence and a very unique type of beauty as well, It does carry, as I've said, the element of the north, of the white skin, the blue eyes, that element of the like the yellow light or the orange. There's always a little bit of white in the warmer colors. If I was to think of a palette, on the cooler tones, on the orange tones, on the warm tones. So one can, paint her in many colors. There are different ways to express or say who Hecate is, There's not only one way. So there is, of course, always room for interpretations. If you want to read my book, Hecate, you can find it on Amazon. I publish all my books there. You can find the book in the description link below. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time. Bye.